Welcome back to Finn vs. History. I'm with Horatio Gould, and it's part 3 of the Henry VIII story. And Henry's getting fat.
He's growing. He's growing at a frightening rate. You're sort of a reverse Henry VIII.
We hope.
We hope. Benjamin Button's Henry VIII.
We hope that we're not currently in an anomaly in an otherwise fat story. Henry has fallen off his horse.
Yes.
Which has absolutely knackered his leg.
Sure.
He's sort of got line bike leg in the Tudor England.
Yeah.
It's opened a wound.
Yeah.
And Tudor doctors think that the wound needs to be kept open.
Yes.
In order for it to not fuck it. I don't know. I don't even know what the logic is for this. But
this is why it's only when this story die.
Yes.
Because doctors know less about medicine than if you did nothing at all, basically.
Yes,
They're making it actively worse.
Yeah, they go, well, keep that
someone
open.
in.
Don't let it clot.
Make sure you have the exact same cut on his other leg so it balances out.
Yeah, pour maggots into it. Maggots in it. He did have maggots in his leg at all times, but we'll get to that. We're just sort of pre-maggot phase.
Right.
This is the last bit where you can say maybe he was attractive.
Well, live cultures are important in one's gut.
Yes, not in the leg.
No, I guess a live culture, if the culture is maggots.
Yeah,
maggot culture.
If your thigh is a food bin, you're not doing well, okay? To recap, Henry has broken from Rome because of this strumpet Anne Boleyn, this uppity woman who keeps miscarrying.
Is he breaking chairs yet?
How do you mean?
Under his weight.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But the starting
we need
gun.
A fatometer.
We do need like a swingometer. Jeremy Vine watching the fatometer.
Where are we at with his fatness at the moment? So what year is this?
By 1536, his weight is about 37 inches.
Yes.
So he's probably overweight or thick-set rather than, quote, truly fat.
Yes.
Have you ever been truly fat?
No. I've been bloated, but I don't know if that really...
That's not. I find that very offensive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to
incredibly demeaning.
Try and muscle in on your lived experience.
You are minimising my experience, which is a maximal experience.
Yeah. Your liver experience.
So he was roughly at this point, we think, about 109 kilos, maybe 120. His waist is between 35 and 42 inches.
Yes.
So we're getting to the upper limits of the M&S range.
What
is it, Charlie?
He's closer to the build of a man like Gordon Ramsay, apparently.
Gordon Ramsay. Okay, fine. But yes, we're not...
He's bigger than Beckham, smaller than Ramsay, apparently.
Okay. To place his weight, which I think we should do this episode.
Stop weight placing.
We should weight place, not just on the podcast, I think just in everyday life. We should weight place women we see in the street.
I met a girl last night. Can you weight place her?
Who was this girl? She was before Michelle McManus, but after Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
Okay, fine. So he's fallen off a horse and his leg is opened, it's just oozing.
Yeah.
And Anne Boleyn has given birth to a girl on the 7th of September, 1533. That is useless. Put that straight in the bin.
Straight in the bin.
Straight in the bin.
Yes. But the most Chinese that
this country ever is, under Henry VIII. Henry VIII puts a girl in the bin. Catherine of Aragon, crucially, she's still knocking about.
Yes.
So he can't get rid of Anne Boleyn because if he does that, then there's probably going to be like, well, you've got to go back to Catherine because she's still knocking about.
Yeah.
But she's even more broken than fucking Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
So luckily, Catherine of Aragon dies in 1536.
Sick.
In maybe, is this like a few months? This is sick. This is what Emily's reacting. Sick. This is maybe a few months after the accident, something like that.
Yeah.
And so now he can marry again.
Do you think he has Prada Willy syndrome?
Go on.
It's a sort of an offshoot of Down syndrome, but you cannot stop eating. So he might have fallen off.
Like a Labrador.
So I watched a documentary on Prada Willy, and they have to be sort of kept in a home because if they're allowed out, you've lost your entire ability to stop eating. So I wonder when he fell off the horse, maybe that's what he got.
Finn.
Excuse me.
Charlie,
you can't grow out of Prada Willy syndrome.
Charlie.
Why is it called something so demeaning? It sounds like you've got a very fashionable penis.
But it was probably found by someone.
I've got a Prada Willy.
Charlie could not.
Charlie
his eyes went like...
Well, it's always good.
Said, what?
It's always good to get Charlie. I got him with something that wasn't poo.
You can't.
That's a highbrow. It's a highbrow Charlie joke. Prada Willy.
He genuinely couldn't believe he gets to do this for a living in that moment.
What I will say though is that the photo we're looking at with the sort of the terrorist block over the eyes. That is a sort of maybe an 8, 9, 10-year-old Finn Taylor.
Really? You're
Well,
not
no,
knocking
because
those
he looks
numbers.
about sort of 5 or 6
Yeah.
from the
Before
height.
the great stretching.
Yeah, but that was naked. It was bad.
Right.
It was bad. I've been very clear.
Harvey Price has Prada Willy syndrome,
Does he?
which makes sense. That's why he's growing like our patron. basically.
Alarming. And he can't see where it's going to end.
It's going to end in tears, I'm sure.
Yes, it is going to end badly. So he can't stop eating. So basically, Henry VIII potentially, Charlie, can you find out if you can contract Prada Willy syndrome through blunt force trauma?
Yeah.
If it's a chromosomal thing, then you can't.
This is what I feel a bit more. It's nice we're discovering things because with Henry VIII, we know the story so well. It's nice to be kind of delving into new territory and finding new questions.
But it is. But also, I feel like I know the story in a kind of tea towel way. You know,
Right.
I didn't quite understand, particularly when we get to next episode. I didn't quite understand the grimness of the end.
Right. Yeah.
And I will say now, just a soft trail next episode, it's Gaddafi-esque
Yes. Very
in terms
much
of
so.
how he ultimately shuffles off this mortal coil.
Yeah.
So can you contract it from blunt force trauma?
No, it's genetic.
No, you can't.
It's genetic.
But Henry
fine.
is eating 5,000 calories a day.
Yes. Now, this, by the way, is what a sumo wrestler has for one meal. And they have 2 meals a day. I went to the sumo at the weekend. As I said, I got upgraded by a fan because
Because they thought you were a sumo wrestler.
No. Oh, the master is here.
I was trying to get your autograph.
The sumo Messi is in. The young prodigy whose knees went. No. It was a fan, and because that is the kind of event that I get upgraded at. It's never business class on an Emirates plane. No. It's the Greenwich bout of the London South East sumo experience. So
you don't get to choose your fans.
But we don't. But I did meet the sumos afterwards, and they were terrific. Anyway,
and it's now more and more sounding like you have Prada Willy syndrome. You're getting to meet celebrities.
No, it was. What I will say is that I took my wife on a date night there. Well, she took me there. It was her idea. Yeah. But there is nothing better than watching 2 grass-fed fat fucks slam into each other. The noise is extraordinary.
Yeah.
The big slap. Oh God. Sets me right, gets me going.
It's a good spectator sport. Did you get the rules? It's quite simple rules.
It is simple rules. It's sort of like a schoolboy game. Yeah. But what I will say is that it's so viscerally gripping that I stood up. I was like cheering. I was like beer in the air at the end.
Yeah, I guess MMA, it's like the punches and the cracks can be kind of horrible, but the satisfying fat slapping. It's kind of like it feels safer and softer and.
Also, the legs, the muscles on their legs is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the most muscular legs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And yet the top half is so fat.
A suckling sumo wrestler would be absolutely
don't
extraordinary. So let's see what they're eating. So 5,000 calories for one meal.
I know exactly what they eat because I researched this on the way home. They have a big stew that's got fish, beef, tofu, everything in it. So they wake up, they don't have breakfast because that slows their metabolism down.
Right.
They then have 5,000 calories in a stew. Right. And then they'll have 6 pints of beer and have a nap.
Really?
Yeah. And they'll wake up, have another 5,000 calorie meal, and go to bed early. Because they're trying to gain fat.
Yeah.
And not on the organs, not visceral fat, extra bodily fat.
Which sumo wrestler has lived the longest?
Because
surely this is like, you burn bright.
Umagatani Ai, who lived to 83.
Okay.
It's a blue zone.
Not that old though.
83 is pretty good.
To be the oldest though.
Of all sumo wrestlers.
Doesn't seem that old.
What's the average average lifespan of a sumo wrestler?
Yeah.
Now, Henry VIII is eating 5,000 calories a day.
60 to 65, yeah, it's pretty low.
60 to 65. For Japan, that's pretty
very
early.
low.
Anyway, so he's eating basically a sumo's breakfast every day.
Yeah.
Now, he's been eating this before the accident, but he's been doing a lot of exercise. Now his leg is full of maggots and it's a food bin.
Right.
He can't do the same.
He's not getting
exercise.
his steps in.
No. Firstly, he is convinced that vegetables are not only bad for you, but a moral sin. So this is
Clarkson stuff.
This is like if Clarkson was a toddler, basically. So he would be eating 80% of his diet was meat.
Right.
In the final years of his life, the kitchens at Hampton Court are slaughtering 14,000 large animals a year. He would be presented with a buffet of 15 heavy meat dishes, including spit roasted beef, venison, veal, mutton, pork, boar, whole roasted peacocks, roasted swans, herons. On a Friday, you weren't allowed to eat meat in Christian tradition, so he'd eat fish, but by fish, he meant whales. Whales, seals, beavers. He then would have 13 pints of ale a day. Is what I drink a day. Offal. He then, because in the 1540s, Britain and the Caribbean are doing quite a lot of stuff, so sugar comes in. So he gets obsessed with like marzipan and like orange pies drenched in syrup.
Wow.
A dish full of snow, which is like whipped cream and sugar and rose water.
Yeah.
But then, so there's no dental care, so his teeth fall out.
Yeah.
And he's eating tripe.
Yeah.
So his breath is like a fucking dog.
Can't imagine.
It's awful.
The amount of different notes you're being hit with.
Yeah.
On the whiskey tasting wheel.
Rose water and tripe. That is like air freshener after a shocking shit, isn't it? Rose water and tripe. Anyway, so we're getting slightly carried away, but he's starting to really motor in his fatness. Yeah. He's been freed of the handbrake of mobility, and now he can just expand.
He can now.
It's
territorial expansion.
Yes, it's Lebensraum.
Yeah.
Catherine of Aragon finally dies in 1536, which means Cromwell can hatch a plan to execute Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
So what he does is he basically just confects this plot that she's been fucking her brother and everyone, it seems. And then a musician called Mark Smeaton, is that right? He gets tortured and confesses that he did rail her.
Yeah.
And then also that maybe he saw her brother railing her as well. Yeah. Anyway, she gets incest at this point is very has connotations of witchcraft because it's not a very enlightened age.
Right. Whereas now,
well, in the future, I'm sure that will be the next thing.
Love is love.
That'll be the two heads are two heads, 6 fingers are 6 fingers. That'll be the next letter in the acronym is incest.
Yeah.
And so she's as a witch, and then she's tried, and her uncle gives the guilty verdict.
That's awesome. Her uncle is amazing. Like watching the other Boleyn girl. That's a real good uncle. That proper uncle.
Well, the opposite of creepy.
Yeah, he's fucking
Sends
sending
you
it
to
down.
death. Yeah.
Saying you fucking shot your brother. You should be fucking killed. You fucking perv.
You don't want your uncle to be judging you sexually. No. The trial outlined these details of the affairs, describing her relationship with her brother as a perverse passion, where a sister's tongue found her brother's open mouth and vice versa.
Jesus Christ.
Disgusting. Absolutely. Does this woman's sin no end?
But in the other Boleyn girl that we were talking about on the Patreon, they do try and show this scene where they almost go for it but don't.
Well, she tries it on with it.
She tries it on.
Yeah.
They try and make it sort of sexy.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, they're both quivering and crying, but I didn't like the way she was undressing him, and I was like, if it's the whole reason that she was sleeping with her brother is not because she had the hots for him, right? It's because well,
you may think so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Errol Musk didn't know.
Errol Musk, well, you may think so.
Her uncle was Errol Musk.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But it was because she
large part of the world marriageable age is 12.
She wanted to get give birth to a son, but he didn't want it to be with someone else that Henry would be like, that doesn't look like my son. She wanted to just look like her, basically.
Also, it
wouldn't look like her. It would look like two heads of her, basically.
Yeah, would look like her twice. Yeah. Well, she'd had a miscarriage and didn't want to tell Henry VIII. So it was like, well, why didn't I fuck my brother?
Which is all nearly all completely bollocks. But in the scene, I did think it was funny how they sort of try to make it. I don't know how. What, she was like undressing him to begin with.
And he's crying.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like you should come in naked and maybe do it like the Jewish people, or do it fully clothed. Like you don't need to. Just fucking. You don't need to role play.
I think actually, the longer the foreplay is with incest, the more you want to back out. I think you've got a cold plunge. You've got to just going to thumb it in.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
If you're doing it where you feel like your life depends on it, you're back to the corner.
You might get something out of it.
Well, you might as well enjoy it.
Well, you might as well. You might as well. I'm here now. Let's make the best of it. All right?
Pull my hair. Fuck it.
Spit in my mouth. All right? It's my spit, basically, isn't it? Let's just spit in each other's mouths. Pull my hair. Shove a finger up my ass. Come on. Come on. We might as well enjoy it. We might as well.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Well, I'm
but
hard, I'm hard now, so fuck it.
You know, I didn't want to go. If you go on holiday, you didn't want to go on. You're here already. You might as well have a good time.
You're in a pub, have a beer. What do you mean you're not drinking? Well, you're here now. Fuck 'em on. Whether they actually get down to it or not is unknown. They probably don't, but you can't be too careful with incest. You've got to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
All right? So
head off just in case.
Just cut her head off, just in case. So George, her brother, he's executed in like May 1536.
Perv.
And then, he's a perv, had to go. And then Anne is executed a couple of days later. And for this, what they do is Henry gets a guy in from France, a specialist executioner who's got basically like a French medieval samurai sword, it seems. Because normally the executions are done with axes, and it's apparently very, very blunt, and the executioners are drunk a lot of the time. Yeah. And it can be quite a big slog.
It can take a while.
Yeah. Right?
A long time in the crease.
Yeah, exactly.
Hacking away, singles.
you don't want to do it in singles. You really want someone to come in and hit 36 off the over, really.
Yeah.
He commuted her sentence from burning to beheading, which is, I guess that's mercy, woke nonsense, perhaps.
Yeah, it's woke. So he's a feminist.
Well, you listen, I think you have to say he's a feminist with the amount of wives he has. The longest and most horrific beheading in English history is in 1541. Margaret, Countess of Salisbury, who required 11 blows of the axe. Because her inexperienced executioner missed his mark on the first swing and struck her shoulder, the 67-year-old woman, leaped from the block and had to be chased around the scaffold while the headsman repeatedly hacked at her.
My God.
Benny Hill beheading.
I mean, if you're going for a beheading, is it kind of you get more of your money's worth if it takes longer?
Oh, it's a real spectator sport. Now I understand when people will go and watch it happen.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, if I can see them like chasing her around.
Yeah, it's quite a hard skill, and you've got to really nail it under a huge amount of it's a real pressure.
It's a penalty
pot.
kick, really.
Yeah. so I mean, I guess, if you're watching, that's the kind of, you're getting your money's worth with 11 blows of the axe.
But a French guy comes in, and then she kneels down, no, she's not blindfolded. She kneels down, and then he just, with one blow of this massive sword, head off. Apparently, eyes are still blinking and her fucking mouth still going.
Still going.
Even at the end, her head falls off and she's still fucking chirping away.
Right.
Going, bang. And the greatest villain in English history has been dealt with.
Yes. In Wolf Hall, they show it, and I think it's quite historically accurate, that basically, so not only do they have the big sword because he wanted to make it like a chivalric, like King Arthur sort of tale as opposed to an axe. Basically, what the guy did to make sure that her neck was as relaxed as possible. He went
massage.
He walked one way, whistled. She went like that.
You're joking.
Yeah, and then he steps and chops her head off the other way.
What? He went look over there and then chopped her head off.
He went tapped on the shoulder. She went what?
Oh
Bang.
God, I absolutely hate falling for that.
Yeah, I mean
that's actually quite insulting to do that right at the end. Yeah, that's right. The whole point is that you're giving her more of a kind of dignified death.
Yeah, not go, what?
Rather than going, oh, you look over there. Fuck, you got...
Or you go like, I got your nose, and then you chop her nose off.
Or you just chop her nose off, yeah. So Anne Boleyn has fallen. Yeah. And now, a couple of days later, Henry is free to marry Jane Seymour, who is his third wife.
So what's Jane Seymour's vibe? If Catherine Aragon's quite a strong-willed, like
extremist
first wife sort of vibe. Anne Boleyn is a sort of devious sexual terrorist. Yep. Jane Seymour, she's seen as the kind of soft, a
pure English virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lie back and think of England.
Yeah.
She is gentle, obedient, conservative. She's a patriot. Jane Seymour's a patriot. Finally, third time lucky.
Patreon.
Oh, sorry. I think she's a patron.
A pure English virgin.
Yeah. Yeah. No greater patriot than an English virgin. They marry in private. 2 weeks after after Anne's beheaded?
Classy.
30th of May, 1536. Yeah. It's just a private ceremony. Yeah. No need to make a fuss.
Yeah.
And they make it sort of private to try and avoid drawing attention to how sort of it's kind of one in and one out at this point.
Yeah.
Now, Seymour is Henry's favourite wife, in his words.
I think because she lived the longest, least amount of time.
Well, he didn't. She did his work for him.
He barely knew her.
Son, death.
Yeah.
Perfect. The perfect wife.
Yeah.
That is a trad wife.
Yeah.
Gives you a son,
dead.
Dies. So he ends up getting buried next to her, which is, I suppose, romantic. Now, obviously, he's still hankering for a baby boy that's doesn't die after 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask, ladies?
One job.
You've got one job. So, in early 1537, Jane Seymour becomes pregnant, and she's convinced it's a boy.
Yeah.
Because she is craving quail.
Pregnancy cravings.
Pregnancy cravings.
In the Middle Ages.
My wife was smashing quail for the second pregnancy. Yeah. She was pregnant with our son. Couldn't get enough quail.
Yeah. Whale, quail, pheasant. Yeah.
Peacocks, herons. She just ate off my plate, to be honest. So he imported quail from Calais and Flanders in order to feed Jane Seymour. And on the 12th of October, she gives birth to a son. Finally, King Edward VI is born, Hampton Court Palace. I think he is quite a weak child. He won't live that much longer, but he
sneezes to death.
Crucially, he outlasts Henry.
Yeah.
Which
so
means
at least he can die.
Finally, he can die happy. A dynastic triumph.
Yeah.
However, there is a footnote to the story, I suppose, in that the birth was quite difficult and Jane falls ill with a fever, then dies. So,
classy.
1 in, 1 out.
Yeah.
She dies 2 weeks later, 29 years of age. Supposedly because of an infection from a retained placenta. You want to get rid of that, love, I reckon. Just
don't retain the
put
placenta.
That in the bin. Yeah. Stop eating placentas.
She's a hoarder.
God. 2 whores and a hoarder. The Henry VIII story at this point. She has a placenta. I don't know if she's trying to eat it like Tom Cruise or something. Anyway, Henry's actually devastated at this point because he's like, finally a family who's not broken.
Yeah.
And then she dies. Yeah. It's very unlucky, really.
Very sad story.
She's another victim. Yeah. Again, victim.
Yeah.
She's the only of Henry's wives to receive a queen's funeral.
Right.
Henry wears black in honour of Jane for 3 months.
Damn.
It's during this widowhood that Henry, who is now 46, really begins to swell.
So how are the maggots doing in his leg? Are they starting to proliferate?
Charlie, let's just check in with the food bin that is Henry VIII's leg at this point.
Yeah.
You ever had to deal with maggots in a food bin?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's a real dad job.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what they do is they would like cauterize it. So they'd constantly be heating it with like hot irons so that it was. They felt that pus was good because it was like you're getting rid of
humours.
Yeah, you're getting rid of evil from the body. Yeah. So they just kept it infected.
Yeah. So it was constantly
like constantly gangrenous, pussing.
And it says that the sores generated a foul-smelling discharge.
Yeah. But then they'd also put like nutmeg and fucking rosemary over the top of it.
Right.
So it's just awful.
That's a horrible stew.
Horrible stew.
It's like what's that thing with the perpetual stew? It's like a perpetual stew.
Yeah, it is a perpetual stew. It's perpetual stew in your thigh.
Oregano in there.
Yeah.
What, you mean like those Jamaican pots, the crock pots?
It's just like an infinite dish of bollocks.
Yeah, but it's his leg.
But it's in his leg, yeah.
So yeah, it's in the widowhood with the grief that he really starts to pile on the pounds. Quite soon he will be at an astonishing 52 inches.
Wow.
Waist, which is...
We've come so far.
That's got to be Giacomo stuff.
Right, yeah.
What is Charlie, can you find out what Giacomo's waist range is?
Yeah.
What is the smallest Giacomo does?
Yeah, who is the kind of...
Giacomo's not for you.
Yes. Who's the thinnest Giacomo guy?
Giacomo goes up to 64 inches. Wow. Giacomo offers a highly inclusive...
It was 32 inches, so
wow.
That's me on a skinnier day. I could do 32.
64.
So I can get in... Maybe I should start shopping at Giacomo just at the bottom end.
No, Giacomo's not for you. Giacomo, you walk into Giacomo and make everyone instantly feel very, very sad. You know?
Have you been to Giacomo?
Yes. Ask me where my parents used to take me, age 12, to get my clothes.
Where did your parents used to take you, age 12?
High and Mighty.
High and Mighty, yeah. I know High and Mighty.
Great branding that is.
What does it... Not Fat and Sad.
Not Fat and Sad,
They
High and Mighty.
That, and it didn't really work as well, so they had a branding.
No, we got the Fat and Sad catalogue through the door. We said, no, thank you. I want to go to High and Mighty for my socks and my trousers, right? my vests.
For socks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big feet. Big fat feet.
Yeah. But what's the vibe in the shop like?
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's
Big
sad.
game hunting sort of?
What, the shop assistants are coming around? I got one! No, it's a sad vibe in High and Mighty.
Yeah.
It is sad. Yeah.
What's the people behind the counter?
Because when you're like
packing heat?
Yeah, the shop assistants, I suppose they're maybe fuller in figure than other shop assistants. I say that. I feel like shop assistants is kind of its own class of people, really. Yeah. Much like train employees, ticket inspectors, they're a different breed, really.
Different race.
Shop assistants, they are a different race. Shop assistants.
Different species.
They are. They should be treated as such. But no, I guess the real issue is when you're in a High and Mighty and they get everything out and you go, I don't like any of these pieces, but I am confined to them because of my decisions and my Prada Willy syndrome. So I guess I have to just wear that.
Yeah.
Because
I guess there's a determinism to the clothes almost.
Yes, I had waistline determinism. When you're too fat even for your red Quicksilver Hawaiian shirt, with the palm trees on it.
You have to say goodbye to that.
I've had to say goodbye to that. What am I meant to Gavin Plum behind Emma Watson in now? You've taken my Hawaiian shirt. That was my fun shirt. Now I've just got to wear fucking beige Giacomo shit. Anyway, so Jane Seymour dies, Henry starts to swell, and this just renews the constant instability that is in England in the 1530s. Now, meanwhile, Cromwell, or Thomas Cromwell, he's in his flow state.
Yeah.
This is the montage.
Yeah.
He's dissolving monasteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all like Quill stuff.
Move on up.
And you're down, baby. Just burning a roof, chasing monks. Make a good look around. Cromwell's in a flow state. He's dissolving monasteries. He's benefiting personally. I mean, he takes over hundreds of church lands, 100 manors and estates. And now this doesn't seem very Cromwellian, but he keeps exotic pets.
Yeah, I did not know this about him.
Like leopards and greyhounds, and he would gift them to the king.
He is new money, though.
Yes, he is. I suppose he is. But I'm trying to find a thread between this Cromwell and Oliver Cromwell. It's hard to...
there's a lot of similarities.
I guess the smashing the monasteries and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, the court starts to die down because Henry's sad and he's just fat and he's got maggots in his leg. And so Henry does not remarry for over 2 years, which, it's good to have a break. You need to know yourself, don't you, before you enter into a relationship?
Yes, you can't just go from one relationship to another. You need some time to be single. You need to work out who you are on your own before, because otherwise you'll bring the baggage to the last relationship.
Yes, and he's in danger of being termed a serial monogamist.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
Which I would not want him to have. He's also got an actual waste site in his leg.
Yes.
So I don't know how eligible you'd say he is.
Yes.
However, Cromwell immediately starts trying to find him a new piece. But Henry is mourning, his one true love who gave him a son, blah, blah, blah. But what Henry does, right, maybe try and make himself feel better about how fat he is and stinky and how his leg's got maggots in it, is he devotes himself to cod pieces. And so perhaps it would be now worth doing a little side quest on the history of the cod piece.
He devotes himself to cod pieces.
Yes, he's a cod piece enthusiast.
Right.
So a cod piece began as a piece of fabric to conceal a gap in the men's hose.
Okay.
Whereas Henry begins to weaponize it as a symbol of virility and power and fertile.
So did he bring that into the fashion world? What was it? So the codpiece fashion was
and now obviously if you're being kind of Freudian, he's a man who's insecure about his fertility.
Yeah.
And so he is trying to have obscenely large codpieces to try and sort of project.
I mean, it's a bit on the nose though, isn't it?
Your one is very opposite, I must just say.
It's sort of brown and fleshy. I was complaining about my one.
If you're only listening, we have been in costume the whole time. Yeah. And Horatio has really...
I just got a tanned, curved knob just sticking out.
I'd say that is quite offensive, actually.
Yeah.
It's quite...
And I complained to our researcher who got these costumes, but she insisted that this is a normal
historically
codpiece.
Accurate.
And I feel like there's normally some fabric around it. It's meant to blend into the rest of your outfit.
Well, you did ask for a small one.
I did not ask for a small one. This is not small. It's the same size as yours. That's nice because that blends in. That's part
Fat.
of it. But this really looks like I'm a lecherous man on the bus.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to seem
eye
creepy,
contact.
especially wearing that hat. It's hard not to seem creepy. But my one just sort of looks like balls, I guess. What have you found, Charlie?
People would hide oranges in their cod pieces and then playfully pull them out to give to ladies.
Ah, sort of like boiled egg behind the ear kind of thing. Orange out the cod piece.
I had a question, which was if obviously it's not good to have massive balls and a tiny knob, right? But if you have, is there a limit to where even if your knob is so tiny, if your balls are like the size of like the bath, or like if you have like the world's biggest
like
balls,
the Indian guy we found in the Gandhi series.
Yeah, is there any way that it kind of goes full circle and actually becomes kind of
sexy again?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. I don't think having balls the size of the bath is sexy.
Well, in some cultures, maybe.
Maybe, but not
maybe
this
it's
one.
a sign of virility.
Is it? I mean, I guess it's a terrifying bust. You could probably put out a house fire with that bust.
Yeah, and there's got to be a woman. There's got to be a woman on Earth who's
fire
like
truck.
There's got to be a woman on Earth who's just like. There's got to be at least one woman who's just catching her eyes out the side, going fuck.
Or with the biggest fanny in the world.
Oh my god! Look at the size of those balls. Christ. Anyway,
back to the cod piece.
By the 1530s, he had popularised bejewelled cod pieces.
Wow.
I guess this is sort of male vajazzling.
Yeah, maybe we should bring back the bejewelled cod piece.
Yes.
It feels there's something kind of more aspirational about the cod piece. It's not about the piece you've been given. It's about how you bejewel and customise the sort of.
It's an expression of personality.
You can express yourself.
Yeah, but also
it's less deterministic of the size of your piece.
But also, we talk about the female gaze. Would it not be nice for the ladies to open the foreskin and find some jewels down there? They like shiny things.
Love that shit. Yeah.
like croc gems.
Like croc gems.
They're called widgets, I believe.
Croc widgets. Yeah. We could all have little Simpsons widgets underneath our foreskins. So anyway, the trend peaks in 1540 when Henry commissions oversized metal cod pieces for jousting and siege armour. At this point, his waistline is 52 inches.
Yeah.
Now, Elizabeth I would sort of fade away this trend, and it would give way to a sort of new padded style that shifted the focus of fashion.
So this is the first bit of the way. I guess it's because it's like everyone finds their dad sort of embarrassing.
With a massive fake
it's just
cock.
more like, sorry, that reminds me of my dad's fake knob that he used to wear around the house. And I'm already embarrassed that my dad popularised the fake massive knobs. Can we just like tone it down?
It is a weird thing to walk around a huge strap on, basically.
Also that your dad's the one who came up with it is weird.
But it'd be fun. I mean, fashion trends are circular, aren't they? It's cyclical.
Yeah, it comes back.
It could come back around.
Big jeans, skinny jeans.
Yeah.
No cod piece. It's the same sort of cycles. It's been a while since the cod piece has been.
It has been a while. Yeah. It is due a renaissance.
Yeah.
So, by 1540, Cromwell has found, he thinks, Henry's next piece. Right. This is my favourite of the wives.
Yeah.
Friend of the pod, Anne of Cleves. Now, she is from a wealthy German family, and I think by this point, that German family is still Catholic, or are they Protestant? I'm not sure. Cromwell finds some kind of...
It must be Protestant if Cromwell's found her.
Yeah, Cromwell finds basically a politically convenient, theologically convenient noblewoman in order... Yes, she is.
And is this during the second...
Catholic.
Is this a German during the Second Reich?
No, First Reich, please.
This is the First
Reich. Please. We're still in the First Reich.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near Bismarck yet.
Yeah. Can we find out why Cromwell picked Anne of Cleves even though she was Catholic? That does feel weird. The out of character.
No, I think it's because Cromwell by this point is trying to calm things down with the papacy, and so he finds a German family that are still Catholic.
Yeah.
In order to try and smooth ties over.
But he's genuinely Protestant and believes a lot of these things, so it does seem...
No, but Cromwell's actually just legalistic. He's a more opportunist. I don't think he believes...
I think he really believes it.
No, because Anne's a reformer and he fucking gets rid of her. And he actually had often sparred with her about the Reformation. I don't think he is...
How hardcore Protestant was Cromwell's actual beliefs? Yeah.
It says ardent supporter of Protestant Reformation.
Yeah, I think he was. He was pretty involved in the Reformation. He was having secret meetings with a lot of the Protestant
But
guys.
he picks Anne of Cleves to build a strong diplomatic alliance and prevent isolation from the Catholic powers of Europe.
But build a strong diplomatic alliance with the Protestant German states.
But she's Catholic.
So I don't quite understand that.
Is Cleves Catholic?
We said yes, but yeah, he was definitely very Protestant.
Because it's geopolitical. In 1539, England faces the threat of invasion from a unified alliance of Catholic France and Spain. Cromwell aims to counter this by allying with the Schmalkaldic League, a powerful confederation of Protestant German princes. Although Anne's family was not Lutheran, they were politically aligned with the Protestant princes.
So she was Protestant, basically.
Fair enough.
For all intents and purposes, she was Protestant.
And Henry. So Cromwell shows Henry this portrait that we're looking at now. She does look very nice.
Yeah,
looks fine.
Yeah, she looks gorgeous.
And so Henry thinks, brilliant, terrific.
Yeah,
she'll do nicely. Anne of Cleves arrives at Dover in December 1539, and Henry, the prankster that he is, basically decides to sort of fake ambush her with his boys.
Yes, but I think he thinks he's much more attractive than he is. So in his head, he's still a young man. So he sees this as quite a dashing romantic thing. But I don't think being in disguise when you've got maggots in your legs and you're
gives you away somewhat.
It's not like going, I'm here.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really have the same
because
sort of...
about 10 minutes before, Anne would have gone, what the fuck is that smell?
Yeah.
It absolutely stinks. Because you could smell Henry from 3 rooms away.
Yeah.
Because he was like rotting.
Yeah.
Basically. So he tries to intercept her at Rochester with his mates, but the meeting is a disaster because he storms her chamber with some disguised friends, and Anne, quite rightly,
with his mates as well,
fears that she's going to be abducted.
Right.
Which is, that is
fair play.
Fair enough. Henry is immediately thinks, fuck, she's not a laugh.
So is it that scene in The Office where Ricky Gervais is going to meet the blind date?
Yeah. So this is Henry VIII. Wait for Anne of Cleves.
You know, but, she says we're wearing a white chiffon scarf
yeah,
to help me
he's
spy.
come in.
So,
Henry VIII meets Anne of Cleves. Yeah. Quote, she is nothing so fair as she hath been reported, calls her a, quote, fat Flanders mare.
This is all the while he's literally dripping ooze.
Oh my God.
He's walking around like when you're carrying a fucking black bin liner filled with...
crawling with maggots.
And it's just got the
wet
bin juice. Just, as you're taking it to the bin, it's just dripping it through the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's him just walking about.
And he's going, oh, fucking hell, she's unattractive.
Christ.
God, you could have got me a fit one. And he's seeping bin juice out of his leg. This is why I think Henry VIII is so English and so Clarkson.
Yeah.
The entitlement, the toxic maleness of going, fucking hell, look at the state of your love, while you've got maggots pouring out of your thigh. On the morning of their wedding, right, because Cromwell insists that the alliance is too important, right, so they are going to get married. Henry remarks that Anne had some, quote, very evil smells about her. From a man with maggots pouring out of his... Something stinks in here, and it's not me. Is that you?
But yeah, it is the English mentality.
Yeah.
The break from Rome, Brexit, is the same thing of just looking and saying, God, you guys are fucking weird. Yeah.
Everything's a bit shit here. That must be your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that. He finds her malodorous, repulsive, and thinks, well, she can't be a virgin because she stinks.
Kind of goated from Henry, to be fair.
Yeah. The blind hypocrisy of a man who's a walking bin juice.
No, you're too stinky to be a virgin.
Yeah, you can't be a virgin. You smell awful. Meanwhile, court attendants could smell Henry from 3 rooms away, and they had to keep moving him from palace to palace because attendants couldn't stop throwing up when they were near him. Anyway,
the cartoonishness on the noseness of Henry is also what's satisfying. There's so little to read between the lines. Even he was scared about his own virility. He just fucking sellotaped a giant knob to his. Yeah. There's no. That's probably why you like this story. There's no subtext. There's no interpretation.
No.
It's very clearly down the line what's going on.
Yeah, you don't need a fucking degree in psychoanalysis to work out what's going on. The man who invented giant fake knobs walking around going, yeah, I'm a bloke.
He's quite insecure about his masculinity.
Yeah. But also so funny to be seeping out of your leg with a giant fake knob and to be like, you're a munter, what the fuck? I can't have sex with you.
And then the guy who got you the munter, you end up chopping his head off.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck do you think I was meant to do? Have sex with her?
Kill him.
Fucking hell, she's punching. Anyway, so Reluctantly, Henry marries Anne on January 6th, the original January 6th, 1540.
Yeah.
The wedding night is not a success, with Henry confiding to Cromwell, quote, "I liked her before not well, but now I like her much worse." I don't know why he's speaking like Borat, but this is probably because Henry was impotent.
Yeah.
Now I like her much worse.
It was probably his own smells, right? And he thought that was her smell.
Fucking hell, love. Close your legs, love. Yes, he probably couldn't get it up by this point. Couldn't consummate the marriage, and so blames her plain face and rather than his maggot leg. It's awesome. It's so English.
Yeah.
It's so Clarkson.
Yeah.
The exceptionalism.
Yeah.
The blind hypocrisy.
Rules that apply to you and no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does all start here, I think. You don't really have this sense of Englishness before Henry VIII.
No. Because it's just sort of vaguely medieval Europe. It's not distinctive for Europeans, really.
But also, I think this is something that you don't actually, when you learn about Henry VIII, you don't dig into why he is so English. You just think...
How his characteristics relate to ours now?
Yeah, you don't dig into that. What you dig into is the kind of cartoonish nature of his wives. And also, I think he is the sort of archetype of an evil megalomaniac king that then America uses to distance itself from that order. It goes like, he's the tyrannical king.
Yeah.
He's the despot king. So we want to make a sort of democracy.
But do you think Henry VIII's reputation is of evil? For me, it's slightly more complicated than that. He doesn't seem to be like this completely agreed evil guy. It's more he's sillier than that almost. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it is. He's an African dictator.
Yeah.
You know, it would make more sense if all his quotes were in the same voice that we use for Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Henry makes it through 4 months of marriage, saying that they've never fucked because she's awful and plain and smells. He argues that the marriage is invalid because he'd entered it without consent. Consent is very.
He got raped.
He was well. They didn't actually have sex,
right?
But every time she tried, he was like, "No means no."
Yeah.
Anne basically cooperates, and Anne immediately agrees to the annulment. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Which means that she gets a generous settlement, which means she gets Hever Castle.
That's
which is I've been there with my kids. It's a great day out.
Yeah.
Hever Castle.
I hear it's amazing.
It's not far from where we record, about an hour away in Kent. And so there's, she gets Hever Castle, and their marriage is annulled on the 12th of July.
Not Beaver Castle.
Not Beaver Castle, Charlie. Hever.
They've reintroduced beavers.
They've called it Hever Castle out of what they called it Hever Castle out of what the attendants would do when they were around Henry's. So the marriage is annulled in 1540. We haven't placed anything. Should we place 1540?
Yes. So I guess this is. I guess it's after the invention of the cod piece, and it's before the invention of the plug-in dildo, mains. You know the mains dildo?
I'm very aware of the mains dildo. Yeah.
So this can't be battery powered.
Battery powered doesn't touch the sides for me in my house.
It's like one of those soakers you use on a car.
Pressure washer.
Yeah. It's a lawn trimmer.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that you cannot have battery powered. It's just too...
Charlie, when is that invented? The 1880s. It's a fantastic time, the late 19th century.
No, plug-in... No. It's not the 1880s because there's no electrical mains in the 1880s.
1960s.
60s.
The Hitachi magic wand. Our female researcher is nodding.
Yes.
She's having a religious experience back there.
Got it, yeah.
Of course, it was in Japan.
Yeah.
And it plugs directly into the mains.
That's proper.
How can we only the Japanese would think of that. Yeah. How can we harness the power of the tumble dryer to make my wife bust?
Yeah.
So yes, that's when 1540 is. Now, the divorce from Anne of Cleves is a massive political embarrassment for Henry VIII. Yeah. And so he's backed into a corner. Once again, can we stop cornering this man? Yeah. Right? He's got a lot on.
Yeah.
And so as Cromwell, as the instigator of the marriage, is then basically forced to pay for it. And so Cromwell's enemies frame him as a man who had misled the king.
Because he's a bit of a prick.
Yes.
He's not a people person.
He's not a fun guy.
No.
And so...
and everyone hates him because he's not from money. He's not like a nobleman of any sort.
No.
And he's just come and he's now the most powerful. So they're waiting They can't wait for his downfall, basically.
So in June 1540, at a Privy Council meeting, Cromwell is arrested on charges of treason and heresy. He's imprisoned in the Tower of London, and then he's then condemned without formal court proceedings. And he really doesn't take it well.
Yeah.
He writes letters going, "I cry for mercy, mercy, mercy."
I mean, he's a legal guy. He's a legislator as well. So for him to not even get any court proceedings, even a fake court, is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess this is where Henry's life is sort of quickening up. Everything he's been through all this stuff before, so everything now is just hurried.
Right, banished, done.
Head
off next.
Yeah.
Henry will execute 72,000 people on his orders.
How many?
72,000.
So he's like Stalin, basically.
Yeah. But most of this is after the accident. So by this point, it really is a bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So Cromwell is executed on the 28th of July, 1540. And as we were saying, it's kind of the opposite of Anne Boleyn in that the executioner is pissed and had got... basically, I think some of his enemies had got the executioner drunk the night before.
But even now, it's like it's barbaric what he did to Anne Boleyn. But like the transition, it's now getting even more ridiculous. And now you can look back on Anne Boleyn as like, God, that was a much classier time.
Yeah,
when it was just because he was lobbing his wife's head off with
single
a sword.
stroke. Yeah. And now
everything's become.
It takes half an hour before his head was finally severed.
So it's like a sitcom episode.
Yeah, it's an episode of Scrubs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's half. We've been talking. Yeah. How long have we been talking for? About 50 minutes, something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, basically half this episode, Cromwell's on a block going, oh, please, oh, God, please. Half an hour, head off.
Wait, so was it an inexperienced teenager?
Yeah, he was a teenager, but apparently...
Hi. Oh,
God.
So it's like a guy who works like a View cinema with fucking acne.
Yeah.
I
only know how to operate the slushy machine. I'm not sure I'm qualified for that. And fucking half... I mean, he earned his money, fair play.
Yeah.
Half an hour of chopping a head off.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you put it like that.
Anyway, the same day...
Is the executioner apologising, or are they just like...
Well, I'm so sorry about this.
Well, he's a teenager, so he's probably quite...
He's hungover. He's probably trying not to throw up.
Yeah.
Is he kind of grumbling?
He's probably just sweating, and he's just like raining axes down.
I mean, you've got to be getting in one straight if that's your job.
On the same day that Cromwell is executed, Henry marries his fifth wife, the 17-year-old Catherine Howard.
Can I hear
Now,
good.
that's a pretty bleak story, actually. We'll get into that in the next episode, which is already on our Patreon, the final part of this Henry VIII series, where we'll get into his grisly end. And as I said, it is Gaddafi-esque stuff. We'll deal with his final two wives, and we'll sum up on why he is probably the greatest king we've ever had. That's already on the Patreon for £3 a month. You get instant access to series and bonus episodes, and you know where it is. Sign up. I don't need to give you any more reasons. Fuck it. That's all from us here. We'll see you next time for the final part in our epic Henry VIII series. Goodbye.